Yo, what's up, dudes? Sorry I was gone for the past week. I was in LA visiting my brother. Then I got sick for a few days. So, life sucks. Anyway, I want to show you how to make this awesome future bass drop that I made. I'm going to play for you and then I'll take you through and show you how I made it. I'm not going to play the whole song though, because the whole song sucks. Just the first half is really good. Okay, so I'll show you how to make up to that part. A little background about the song is I threw it together. Well, I can't say I threw it together, but I kind of did just throw it together. But I spent a lot of time on tweaking it. I made it to practice mixing and mastering, because recently I've been on this like thing. Just I've been practicing mixing and mastering because my mixing and mastering sucked. And I've been pushing for that industry standard RMS and industry standard other stuff, trying to get that with the equipment that I have. And so I figured if I threw together a simple song like that, my practice can go like really far with it, and I could try different things. So the version you just heard actually was an industry standard RMS. And what RMS is this. I'll show you. Whoops. You see this line? This line right here? That's RMS. That's how much consistent power makes your beat is kind of making up. It's like consistent volume. And you want your today's industry standard RMS is between the 6 and the 8 typically. Really good engineers will have their RMS up here with as little chopping off as possible, and then the shittier engineers like me will have a lot more chopping off to put my RMS up here. However, my first version of this song didn't hit industry standard RMS. It was actually hitting somewhere down here, which is okay. Some songs have a lower RMS volume, but I'm just recently been pushing, like, I want to get in that range, that industry standard loudness. So that's why I made this song, to kind of achieve that and make sure I could do that. And I did mix a version of the song, which I didn't show that version to you guys, because I think this version is more fun to listen to, even though it's quieter. But I was able to mix it at an industry standard volume. Anyway, aside from that, I don't know how I just started talking about that. Let's go to this drop here and okay, so that lead here it's actually consists of these 4 layers. and I bounce them out just so I can manage them and compress them evenly. Another thing with achieving my RMS level is sausaging sounds out. And I figured the best way I could sausage these leads is to put them together and compress them together via multiband. And so I can push certain frequencies at their, limits. Alright, so right now, okay, let me fix this. There we go. This is kind of like the dominant layer of this lead, the loudest layer, and what this lead is simply a couple of these quarter pulse waves, and I use the quarter pulse as my dominant sound. I didn't want a saw on top because it's not as like artistic. I think these quarter pulse waves are the most artistic. And then I added a little bit of pitch modulation to the front of it. And then it's like really, really raspy too. And what I did to achieve raspiness was a little bit of OTT and not really EQing. For some reason I put chorus on that. I was struggling to get strength out of this lead though. That was something that I ended up spending a lot of time tweaking. I was struggling to get strength. Like I had this bomb lead, but I couldn't make it like push like a champion. So I had that lead, and then I went and layered it with some cool stuff. This is going to be like that whistle. So if we listen to this, so you hear that high pitch whistle? That's that guy. And this is just a sine wave pitched up. So if we go down to this one, not really sure what the point of this layer was. I only layer when I have like a reason to layer. I'm not sure why I layered there. Yeah, I can't tell you what the point of that layer is, but I definitely used it. This layer here, I love that layer. That layer is hot. I'll show you where I had that layer by itself. Right here, when we came into the second half of the drop. Right here. The purpose of that lead is to create air. That layer is just strictly an air layer. And what that'll do is create a bigger atmosphere for your dominant lead. Also, it's pitched down a little bit versus the dominant lead because I just wanted to fill out the like lower end of the EQ spectrum. So my lead, I could show you my full lead if we go open up this. I wanted a lead that would take up this entire spectrum, not the sub bass. I did cut that sub bass out, so I wanted to fill out down here, and that last lead layer would fill out that area for me. So now, oh yeah, like I thought it was pretty cool because the second lead over here is just this, only I looped just this little part right here. This little part right here. And I never did that before in a song. Like that's kind of like something I would do to like lay something down quickly. Didn't do that though. That wasn't the point of it. Wasn't to lay it down quickly. I was like, huh, that would actually sound pretty cool. So I did that. All right, next up, let's play this again. You hear these are beaming in this mix, this version of the mix. I have a lot of versions of this, like I said, strictly to practice. I ended up tanking these, dropping them down so you could barely hear them. But in this mix you could hear them. And what these sound like is this. And what it is it's similar chords that sound like this, only one's panned to the left ear and one's panned to the right ear. And with the bass line, it's a great compliment. And if you throw some side chaining on this, no better sound in the world. Beautiful. Like, you could take that little like melody there and make anything you want. Anything you want to make, you can make with that little melody, because it's a cute melody. It's like a nice melody. It works no matter what. Of course, I had to throw this on there. White noise was kind of killing me. Little hint. I was having trouble achieving my industry standard RMS mix with my first version of the mix, because my white noise was too loud and it was kind of crushing the bass line. I didn't know that. If you have something that's like kind of like murdering your bass line, kind of pushing your bass line down, your RMS is going to be shit. So I learned that. Not only that, but also sharing the high frequencies, I have this. And so I had these big cymbals with this white noise, both of which pushing down on this bass line, because I can only have one. You can't have loud white noise and a loud bass line at being your like dominant figures in the mix. So I picked the white noise and kept the bass line quiet, and my RMS was minimal. And I didn't know that's why my mix was quiet. But yeah, bass has a lot to do with RMS. I didn't know that. And I think this is cool. I'm like teaching you about this RMS stuff, because you would think it's kind of irrelevant. You would think you write a song and, oh, it's a great song, let's put it out, and people are going to love you. But no, you got to mix and master that song. It's not done yet. Your work is not done. Where's the snare? Here it is. It's just a snare I found on Splice. It's not edited whatsoever. It's literally that. If you go on Splice, you'll find that snare. And I'll even show you I could show you the name of it. It's gotta be down here. It's gotta be down here. I know I'm not gonna find it. This is gonna be a fail. No, it's not a rim shot. Okay, I'm about to give up. Bleep snare. This one. So you search bleep snare, you'll find that. Pretty cool snare. It's very, very powerful. It sounds like a dubstep snare that was up pitched with a lot of reverb. And that would be it for the drop. That's really all this drop took. And then, of course, the second half, I just took these leads and rearranged them. And then ended out with something like that. So that is my practice song. Let's call it a practice song. That's how I made my practice song. It's very fun to mix and master and, come up with different things. And so there you go, guys. I hope you were able to learn something from this. You guys are fucking awesome. Stay tuned for more cool stuff.